So will we see a complete end of the Cold War in the Eastern Hemisphere and a complete regional war in that entire area? Because Iceland declaring war on Belgium was a big deal. They both hold a lot of units, and I got to give it to Iceland because I mean, that was a pretty ballsy move there. They really didn't have that many choices, and I don't know how this is going to affect people like the Papal State and Hungary and Champa and Prussia. Let's take a look actually at the geopolitics of this planet, because right now it's kind of this part in the game where it's going to stay like this for not that much longer. Eventually ideologies are going to come, and as we know, I mean, as I talked about in the intro, that a lot of these regions, the eastern region, I'm assuming, is going to just completely tear itself apart. So I don't think we're going to see this window like this anymore, so that's why I wanted to kind of take a look at it, and we'll probably get back into looking at some of the unique ability of some of these mods in the next video. But for now, let's check out the Goths. So right now they're friendly with Belgium, Champa, Bulgaria, Canada, Afghanistan, and Hungary. So they have an alliance, and the Goths are important to look at because the Goths are arguably among the weaker nations in the West, and I guess, you know, in terms of weaker nations in the West, you got to look at Afghanistan, the Goths, Bulgaria, and Mali. All four of those nations really are, I think, barely trying to kind of hold on. I think Afghanistan probably holds the best chance of staying around. Belgium is friends with the Goths, Champa, Australia, Bulgaria, Canada, Finland, Mali, Afghanistan, the Papal State, the Philippines, and Hungary. They're at war right now against still Vietnam and Iceland. So we have Champa, friends with a lot of people. Pretty much, I'm not even going to go over it, but they are still at war with the Inuit tribe, and they've denounced Vietnam. We have the Inuit tribe at war with still so many people, unfortunately. Champa, Bulgaria, Canada, the Philippines, and Hungary. I think they're going to be okay, but that city-state has landed on their small snowy island home, and I don't know how much damage these two pikemen are going to do, but it might be a lot. They're lucky that they actually settled on this hill. I was giving them some slack for, why did they settle on this hill? And actually they had to settle on it because they're 3 tiles away. They had to be 3 tiles away from Samarkand, but still, it's probably going to help them out a little bit in terms of city defense. So let's continue on, because I really like this, looking at these like sort of politics that's going on. Prussia has got no friends, so I think anyone could easily go into Prussia and just try to take them over. No one would, unfortunately, care about Frederick. Australia is, of course, really friendly towards people. They are still at war with Vietnam. We saw them land some troops in Vietnamese territory, which was pretty incredible. It's been decades since they launched that attack. So Iceland is at war with Belgium. They've denounced Canada, the Papal State, Hungary, and Vietnam. People don't really like Iceland. A lot of people denounced Iceland a few videos ago, and I think now, I mean, that's why they don't have any friendships up. That's why they were ballsy. I think that's why they were the ballsy ones to go after Belgium. So we actually might see people join in against Iceland instead of Belgium themselves. We have Bulgaria, friends with a lot of people, and the key one is the Philippines. I really think that the Philippines are trying to hold on to Belgium. They're probably the weakest nation, bordering Vietnam, and I know that for a fact that those sisters want to take over Crum, and I don't think the Philippines would like that very much. Canada, of course, was friends with so many people. They're also allied to 2 city-states, and they're still at war with the Inuit tribe, denounced Vietnam. Finland at war, friends with everybody, at war with Vietnam. Mali still at war with Vietnam. Afghanistan still at war with Vietnam. We have the Papal State denouncing Vietnam, but they haven't been at war with them for a while now. Philippines at war with the Inuit tribe, still denounced Vietnam. Bunch of friends. Hungary's still at war. I didn't know that one. And yes, we just talked about Vietnam. They're only friends with Bulgaria. Interesting. So they must have a weird love-hate relationship. I know that we saw that she was plotting against Bulgaria not too long ago. So I don't know how that's... Whoa. What is going on here? I didn't even realize this. What is happening here? So we've seen this in the past. We've seen AIs do this, and it doesn't always mean something. Could Vietnam try to declare war on the Congo? Again, that would pull down Canada, but I'm surprised that actually the city-states have stayed around for this long. I'm pretty shocked at that. So what, yep, and that was a war against Iceland. I just now kind of switched up my prediction. Originally, I thought that everyone was going to declare war on Belgium after they lost this war, but maybe Belgium was doing a significant amount of damage to Iceland, and that's why both Hungary and And the Philippines joined in. Okay, so the Philippines don't really matter, but now the Icelandic Empire is going to have to fight two different fronts, in the west and Belgium in the east. And that's going to be a problem because Hungary's got some units. Hungary's definitely got some units, and I don't think that's going to be the end of the wars against Iceland. Actually, you know what? Brussels and the army protecting Brussels is somewhat pushing back. Ooh, Canada now joining in. Canada's aggressive, man. I thought that Canada was not going to be this aggressive, but no, they are pretty dang aggressive. Is that the Pope that just... Yeah, that was the Pope. Okay, so as I predicted... I didn't really predict this. I shouldn't say that. I mean, I predicted originally that Belgium was going to be the one that had all these wars that they were going to have to face. But yeah, no, the Pope has... This is an opportunity for the Pope. This is a big, big opportunity. If the Pope is smart, they'll just go after the capital of Iceland. That's a pretty big city at 15 population, and it's going to kind of solidify their strength here. Now, if the Eastern Hemisphere is lucky, none of the empires in the West are going to, interfere with all the things that are going on. That's only if they're lucky. This might be the time for those Eastern nations to really unify, especially with an Icelandic empire that was very split up and right in the middle. This is where nations can grow. I'm surprised that Finland hasn't joined in. I'm sure they're going to start to eat away at some point. They probably could be the easiest nation to grab Berlin. They might easily grab Berlin. Iceland still has quite a few of troops still left to go, though. They definitely are going strong, but Brussels, I think, has lost almost everything. They still have a lot of catapults up in the north. We have Hungary attacking from the western front. They're still doing a really good job, and these riflemen are going to do work against the non-riflemen that Iceland controls. Man, Pope is already moving in. Got to be careful because Canada can move in with their naval fleets, their fleets. I did forget about that because Montreal is just up north here. So this could fall to Canada. It is possible. I think it might be unlikely unless they get over a melee troop pretty fast. What is this? Bulgaria and Belgium declared friendship. They still have a few more units to deal with, though. Quite a few more units to deal with. The Innu tribe is pieced out with Vietnam. Pretty intense war going on here. I think that Iceland still controls a lot of their troops. They got to be careful. They really got to be careful. Oh, Finland just pieced out with Vietnam. That means to me that Finland might be going after Berlin soon. They might begin their siege of Berlin. And Berlin's a good city because it's one of the only cities in this entire world that is next to a mountain, which means an observatory, providing them a little bit more science. Obviously, that population is going to fall, and science and population go hand in hand, but still, it'd be a good city in the future because Berlin's going to grow pretty fast. If they don't pillage too many tiles or if they fix it pretty fast, there's a lot of farmland near Berlin, so this is kind of... it's going to be a big city. It's going to grow a very big, in multiple ways. Prussia, this is also Prussia's opportunity to strike too, if they ever want to try to get Berlin back. But right now, you've got a three-front war that Iceland is fighting, and it looks like Iceland is actually now trying to protect one of their cities. That's smart, and oh my goodness. So Canada does, in fact, have a caravel nearby. They probably, I think Canada goes first, then it's the Pope. I don't think they're going to be able to take it just now. I don't think that Canada... Yeah, so Canada goes first, then it's the Pope. And, okay. So if it is really, really possible for maybe Canada to take this, it might be. I don't see any possibility they can. I don't see any melee troop. Oh, this caravel can go right up in here. So it might happen. But you have to think the Iceland's health... the health of this Icelandic capital is going to grow, probably to at least maybe yellow, and then I think this is going to fall to the Pope. My prediction is that it'll fall to the Pope. Anything that's really interesting, nothing that stands out. A lot of people don't like the Innu tribe. Finland and the Goths have declared a friendship. Bulgaria and the Goths research agreements. It's just messed up. The Innu tribe is doing so good too. Okay, let's see what happens. Canada goes first, as we talked. So yeah, it did go into yellow. Boom, that's going towards the Pope. That'll for sure go in for the Pope because I think they have... No, it did not. That is actually going for Canada. Man, Pope, you done goofed. You done goofed hardcore because now Canada it has a very clear border with you. a much more clearer border than we've seen before. The Philippines are number one in technology. Surprisingly enough, Afghanistan is number two. Good for Afghanistan. Staying quiet, staying in the West, and just, staying strong. Canada, number three. But yeah, I mean, no one is really close to the Philippines at 49 technologies. Still a ways away from a science victory, though. You're talking about immortal difficulty at turn 225, and the AI is only at 49 technologies? That is kind of low. There's about 80 technologies in the tech tree. I think, give or take a few, but that's still pretty dang low. So yeah, I mean, you're looking at maybe a science victory by like 350. I doubt that the game's going to last that long, but that's just what I'm saying. Canada has now replaced the Philippines as an ally of the Congo. That's a strong alliance there. Now they're at 16 delegates. Oh, what are they trying to enact? Embargo Iceland, and that is Belgium trying to do that. And then we have Canada trying to embargo the Inuit tribe. Okay, anything else? No. Man, Pope, you done goofed. Canada just picked up another territory, and you're talking about now the Western Hemisphere is breaching over into the East, and if there's only one line of defense, man, you messed up. But at the same time, this could be messing up Canada. We don't know exactly the penalties that could arise because of another, it's not another, but, the Canadians taking a capital. It could, there could be some sort of penalty here arising. So now, yeah, you're talking about some eastern, you've got two eastern borders with Canada, who I consider kind of a Western Hemisphere nation because of their capital here in the Western Hemisphere. Obviously, I'm just kind of assuming that this middle part is dividing it up. But yeah, I mean, now they have two borders with Hungary and the Pope, and they control, a pretty significant city. That was a pretty significant capital that just fell. So how's Iceland doing? So the Pope are now looking towards the south, and they're going to probably send a lot of their troops over. I'm wondering if they have open borders if Canada has open borders through the Papal State. Finland's announced the Inuit tribe, and looks like Iceland. I think Iceland's going to be okay. They still are holding on to some troops here. I don't know how much Hungary and Brussels are going to continue to attack. I think that definitely the Pope is. I think the Pope are definitely going to continue to push forward. First ideology, there we go. I love it. Canada has adopted order. Okay, so we have Canada following the order ideology. So I'm interested to see where everyone else kind of goes into that. I'm willing to bet the Philippines are not going to go order. So we've got three big nations in this world. We've got, and I think that's pretty obvious to most people, but we have the first big nation that kind of, reached out really, really quick. We have Vietnam. They're kind of in this kind of setup of a scenario, the Vietnamese are kind of this bad play people because it's just unfortunate because whoever takes over a nation first is always going to be on the bad side of most of the world. That kind of sucks about Civ 5 is if you're an early aggressor, you're going to stay like that. But according to the worlds, you have Vietnam kind of as this enemy. You think because they did completely wipe out the Sioux single-handedly, and they're continuing to grow. I didn't even realize they're continuing to grow. Vietnam is. Philippines, they wiped out a lot of the Inuit tribe. They took over their capital, I believe, and the Congo. Did some of the work for them too. But the Philippines are pretty friendly towards a lot of people. They've got all these wonders. So, and a lot of the world likes them. A lot of the world also likes Canada, and there's an alliance between the Philippines and the Canadians. So, I think that might get broken down because of the ideology system, and they probably will lose a few votes, especially if they continue to take over cities. Definitely, Canada is not going to be on a lot of other people's good side. I think we're going to start to see them lose some friendships slowly. Okay, so let's see what happens to Iceland. I'm still surprised that they still control so many units. And I'm actually really shocked that Finland hasn't decided to join up against Iceland. They could probably easily take Berlin, but they're still growing in troops, and it's probably a smart decision. Prussia, on the other hand, I have no idea why they're not going back after their former city of Berlin. That would be an easy... it wouldn't be easy for them, but, it seems like an easy decision to at least try. Prussia's in such a bad spot. Oh, I forgot about this Icelandic city. Oh my goodness. So who's going to grab that? It probably won't be Canada, and I didn't even realize that Iceland had a few frigates. So you know what? They might be able to destroy a few of these Canadian ships out here in the oceans. It's possible. Somewhat limiting the Canadians in terms of their fleet size. That's a really key element to their military as a whole, is that Canada is one of the only, one of the big three nations that holds such a significant fleet. Is anyone still attacking? No one's attacking the Inuit tribe anymore. Looks like Samarkand didn't do anything there. Afghanistan, I love that Afghanistan is so peaceful, as well as, well, they're still at war with Vietnam. I got to remember that, but they're doing so good in technologies. That's great. I love that. Hungary and Afghanistan signed a research agreement, and Prussia has denounced the Inuit tribe, denounced the Inuits. Come on, Finland. If you want to grab some, this is your opportunity. Oh, okay. Well, now Finland made peace with Hungary, so maybe. Oh no, that's not Finland. What am I thinking? Finland is this. Oh, who's gonna grab this? Now remember, Canada is over this way. Oh, and that was Hungary. Yeah, no, Canada's not over here. Why did I think that? So Hungary just blocked off the Pope. I'm wondering how that's gonna feel. Look at all this red that's going on here. This is really just different color tones of red. Really interesting. Wow. Okay, and now there is one city left, and I'm sure somebody's going to take it, and whoever does is not going to be on the good side of most of the world. Yeah, we have Brussels approaching it. Berlin is a very tough city to take, though. We've seen it in the past. We've seen how difficult it is for the AI to take Berlin. With the river and the mountain here, especially the mountain guarding the north, makes it even more difficult. Hungary is the one. Now, the Hungary has given open borders to the Pope, so it's possible for him to run down here and maybe grab something, but I seriously doubt it. It seems like, well, I don't know, it's going to be close, because you also have Belgium attacking out here from the east to take over Berlin. They could utilize this bridge system as well as this northern tile of Berlin, so who knows? I mean, Belgium has a chance. They do have a chance. Let's see what happens. Hungary's got two very strong riflemen right here. Oh, they've kind of stopped there. So this, yeah, maybe it won't be Hungary. Oh, now the Pope's got a pikeman within range and a range unit. So this might go to anybody, because now we have all three of these nations bordering Berlin. It's like the final takedown. Actually, wait a second. They're not going to get eliminated, though. They won't get eliminated. Oh, Canada might, but I doubt it, because there's still two frigates out this way. Unless, of course, Belgium attacks with their navy, which I'm shocked that they haven't. Probably after Berlin falls, that's when the AI is going to realize, oh, wait, I got a navy, and they got an island city out here, so I should go after that. That's usually how the AI thinks in these games, unfortunately. Canada has signed a research agreement with the Papal States, so it looks like Canada and the Pope have a good relationship as of right now. I don't know how long that's going to stay up, but as of right now, everything's fine. Persia didn't decide to join in. Oh, yeah, Brussels is now starting to move over towards this city. I imagine that Canada's frigate's going to fall here. Yep, Canada's frigate fell, but Canada's still bringing over some more frigates and some more melee units. Belgium has a chance to grab that island city. What happened? Another ideology and Big Ben. Oh my gosh. This building every single wonder. It's crazy. The Philippines have adopted autocracy. Boom. There you go. And I imagine... I don't see Vietnam going freedom here, though. But it would be really fascinating to watch as these three big nations choose all different ideologies. I'm pretty sure Afghanistan should choose their ideology soon, because they are pretty ahead in technology as well. But that's big news. That the Philippines and Canada have not... chosen the same ideology. So I imagine that this friendship's going to break down. Who knows what's going to happen after that? Yeah, I have no idea, but I can assume that Canada is definitely going to lose slowly some of these friendships, I believe. They probably will. I think they might end up getting full alliances over these city-states, but I don't think that they're going to keep up all these friendships, which is giving them so many delegates. So I don't know. And who knows? I mean, who knows how far it's actually going to break down, how far that relationship is going to break apart, because it is certainly possible for maybe the Philippines to go after Canada. That is a realistic scenario, I think. So the Pope have lost their troop, that was their unit that was close by. Looks like Berlin, it might fall towards to the Belgian Empire. Seems like that, I think. The Goths and the Champa have research agreement or a friendship or something like that. Man, these cities are big. I really love the color of this Champa Empire. Come on, guys. Is that necessary? If you're going to declare war on somebody, then, you know, don't, they're, I don't want them I kind of like all the civs when they survive, you know. It is nice to see everyone make it, especially the new tribe. Like, they didn't do anything to anybody. Not really. I mean, they were aggressive. It's been captured by Hungary. Okay, so there we go. Hungary is a significant power. Hungary's just made themselves a pretty big force to be reckoned with in the east. But I don't know who, you know, how long that's going to survive for. Venice is secretly plotting against Afghanistan. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. We have also Afghanistan and, is that Iceland? Someone also declaring war on the new tribe. Wow. Okay, so, yeah, Hungary's definitely shown their dominance in the east. I don't know what's going to happen, though, after this. Who knows? Multiple thing. I forgot about this city down here, too. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.